I always say your entry point is very critical. Bringing in people is more critical than suffering the long journey.
Right.
Example, you bring in the guy, you need to look kind of assessment interview. Okay, the guy already on board, now 3 months cannot do. Okay, as a human being, all of us have potential, but probably we are not put in the right box, so we are not able to perform. So question, does the company do at least thinking about, can we swap or can we offer another better platform so that the people won't just be terminated like that?
Platform, you mean position?
Opportunity,
new opportunity.
But failing which, some people could be, we did not know their preference during interview. And being mindful, most of the fresh grad especially, they just grab whatever is in front of them.
Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, have you ever found difficulties or challenges on implementing the performance improvement plan in your organization? Is there a way that we can help our employees even when they're not performing up to par? Let's find out, shall we? Hi, my name is Harith, and welcome back to HR Professional Unveiled, where we bring the human to human resources. So I'm very excited to introduce to you our guest for today, as this is his second time on the show. So he has more than 25 years of experience in core HR areas and various industries. He's a Malaysia HR Forum trainer and spoke to us previously in regards to domestic inquiry. Please welcome back Mr. Sulaiman. How are you?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Good to see you again. So last time we talked about domestic inquiry when you had so many good stories and so many interesting examples as well. And we would love to deep dive into that topic even more. But however, today, it's a separate topic, and it's something in your expertise as well. It is the Performance Improvement Plan, P.I.P. So, first question I'd like to ask is, for those that don't know, what is P.I.P, or why is P.I.P performed in a company, or why is it needed?
Okay, first and foremost, every employee that we brought into an organization, we expect them to deliver a satisfactory work performance.
Yes.
So that's the core.
Okay.
So failing which, if you are not able to achieve satisfactory, something must be done to assist you.
So the point of P.I.P is to assist them.
Yeah.
Okay.
So by this assistance, we expect you to reach par level of the performance. So that's why it is called Performance Improvement Plan.
Yeah.
It is not called Termination Program or whatever. Some have that in mind. So it is dangerous because the thing is improvement.
Right. Okay, that's good to know. And is there like a set time or when is it appropriate to do P.I.P on an employee, or does it have to be on a per employee basis, or is it a group of employees? How does it work?
Okay, you look at it. Individual are assessed on individual performance.
Right.
So your question, when is basically as far as the performance drop, and it is continuous after certain reminders, then the P.I.P must kick in.
Okay.
Whether it's for a group is slightly difficult because we did not know who contribute what. So that's why P.I.P will always look at individual target.
Okay.
Individual work effort.
Right. Okay.
Individual achievement. But in reality, individual will contribute to department will contribute to organization.
The organization, yeah. So that's the level, the hierarchy there. When you mentioned that it contributes to the individual and you look at the individual's performances, so is it necessarily measured with KPI or OKRs only, or can it be another things also, like maybe the misconduct of the individual, like absentees?
First, I would encourage that we split the issue of performance and misconduct. Because performance is basically looking at you, how you perform the job.
Yes, okay.
Misconduct is when you willingly break the company regulation or break your contract.
Right.
So split that first.
Okay.
Just look at performance. Then your question whether to have targets and whatever. That is a must.
Okay.
Example, I said, Harith, I want you to go to Klang.
Okay.
But I never mentioned where part of Klang. Then as long as you reach the border of Klang, you're already in Klang.
Yep.
But I may not want you to be border of Klang. I may want you to be in Port Klang, which is towards the later part.
Yep.
So this is where, in most of the cases, we use the SMART concept to decide in terms of measurement. The specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time bound. And this is where, as an employee, you know what are the expectations. As the company, we know how to measure you. There's a lot of model. Either you use KPI, you use balance scorecard, you use OKR, you use MBO, or you just simply use a common performance appraisal. But the process must be transparent. You must know your target. Like just now I said, okay, go to Klang, then you say, and it will happen. We have last time bus stand Klang, we got 2, we got 1 in Klang, we got 1 in KL. So which bus stand Klang are you talking about? So that's the thing.
Okay, understood. I want to give you a situation here, and you already mentioned it actually in the beginning, where it's a performance improvement plan. It is not a termination plan. So bringing it to the real world and basically situations that we've seen or heard, that there are those companies unfortunately, that uses P.I.P as a way to terminate the employee rather than to actually help them improve in their performances. So this we know this is happening in the world. It's unavoidable, and it's something that it needs to be talked about on why does this happen. And in your professional opinion, that you've done training for P.I.P, how can we bring these companies back to the perception of hey, P.I.P is for improvement. It's not to terminate someone. It's not a reason or a cover to terminate somebody just because of their poor performance.
Okay, this is where I think, the top management must first understand the concept and the philosophy behind P.I.P. Then the second one is basically the HR. What are their roles? The third one is the people manager. Because from the top, they are giving the direction. HR is basically the process champion.
Right.
The people manager is basically the one that sits and look at the performance. So yes, I also met some large organization camouflaging, sugar-coating the P.I.P. Looks like, okay, it's good, but the intention is to terminate. My role last time, I still remember, I even went to one of the sessions, I talked to the CEO, I said, Dear Dato', let's be clear about P.I.P. It's not about terminating, it's about to improve the people. And normally our interview are very short. We take in people, interview 45 minutes, half an hour, 45 minutes. Then we give them roughly about 3 months or 6 months to perform. Some people have this, their inertia or their speed are not really fast. So this is where the P.I.P will help. And people manager, they must understand their roles. And the best part is, it goes to court. It's not HR that stand in the box. It will be the people manager.
It will be the people manager.
So you must remember, because you are closer to the staff. Not HR. HR is merely the control of the process.
And they are the one that bring in the process to help assist with the performance improvement. Okay, that's very interesting to know. And linking to the whole employee aspect, and I asked this also previously, how in DI, a lot of the lessons and training is catered to the HR managers or the people managers. Now, I'm bringing it back to what are the rights, or at least during P.I.P, for the specific employees. So like you said, hey Harith, go to Klang. Okay, this is my P.I.P process right now. What are my rights? What can I ask? What can I do? And how can I make sure that I can achieve this goal if I choose to?
Okay, first and foremost, as a staff, you must know what is your clear job description. What are your roles in the organization? Based on the roles, that's what we measure. After we measure, then we must be transparent, telling you these are your rating. Satisfactory, not satisfactory, excellent or good. Okay, let's take a case for example. I got one situation where the staff joined in with the competencies that they think they have. We brought him in. During the probation, we cannot see any performance which are satisfactory
or on
so
par.
What we do, upon expiry of the probation, the staff have the right to know
of their performance
of their
level.
performance.
Yep.
And what's next? Most organizations, they will have extension. So they must know in terms of the extension.
So probation extension,
Yeah.
for example. Yeah.
What is my right? So this is where HR must come up with a very clear policy. What are the do's and don'ts? And as an employee, as equal is in domestic inquiry, they have the right to tell, okay, boss, I know I'm lacking in this. I would like this support. So it cannot be only one way communication. Not only the boss telling the staff themselves must also roll up the sleeve and pick the battle.
Yes, and they need to be aware themselves that they need to see what do they need to do to improve. Another question, and I guess this is the final question. When the staff does that to the boss, like say for example, like, I'm lacking in this and I need to do this whatsoever, and the company or the HR wants to support the staff to improve lah, basically. Has there been instances where, or at least I'm relating it back to certain organization where you're just a recent hire and then you're not performing? Some of them may think that it's worth more, or at least it's a less of a hassle to just let them go and find someone with much more skills or much more competent. Or is it more valuable to actually send them, for example, during the P.I.P, you send them to training, invest some money in this person so then they can improve.
Okay. I always say your entry point is very critical. Bringing in people is more critical than suffering the long journey.
Right.
Example, you bring in the guy, you need to look kind of assessment interview. Okay, the guy already on board, now 3 months cannot do. Okay, as a human being, all of us have potential, but probably we are not put in the right box, so we are not able to perform. So question, does the company do at least thinking about, can we swap or can we offer another better platform so that the people won't just be terminated like that?
Platform, you meaning a new position?
Opportunity,
Oh, new
training.
opportunity. Okay.
Okay, first it's always about training and mentoring or coaching. That's the first one. But failing which, some people could be, we did not know their preference during interview. And being mindful, most of the fresh grad especially, they just grab whatever is in front of them.
Yes.
That's the danger.
Okay. Yep. I agree.
So once they are in, they are not performing, then they are being terminated. What happened to their records?
Yeah.
So he's going to be tarnished also.
Okay, understood. Well, you heard it here first. Thank you so much for all the information, and that's all the time we have for today. We would love to talk to you more about this, as we can dive so much more into the whole process of P.I.P and even the consequences of P.I.P, which we can probably have some time in the future when you come back again. We can talk more about this. But before we end the session, as like last time, do you have anything you'd like to say to our audience today?
Okay, since today we are talking about P.I.P, I always encourage both parties, the company, the people manager, and also the staff, to be first, know where are you going, what are you supposed to do. Learn as much as possible, because currently, if people say there's no resources out there, I think no.
Oh, that's
there are a lot, tons of it. The question is, how do we filter it, and what makes sense for us? And just a short advice, especially handling sensitive issue like P.I.P, be human in managing it. Don't be so robotic. This and this and this. No. I even have one funny question during one of my sessions. Somebody said, Sulaiman, do you have this action plus this action equal termination? I said, no. In HR, we are arts people. We are not science or whatever. This plus this can happen to be this, or this plus this can also be other things.
I like how they just want to put equation into the mix. Well, you heard it here first. Thank you so much for joining us today. This has been Harith and Mr. Sulaiman from HR Professional Unveiled, where we bring the human in human resources. Thank you. Do stay in tune for our next episode. Until then, see you. Hey there. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe for more everyday HR things. And please stay tuned for our next video, where we'll bring more guests across the country. This has been Harith Tiew from HR Professionals Unveiled, where we bring the human in human resources. See you.